LPT, if you're in your 20s and just starting life on your own right now, many habits you start now will be hard to break later if they aren't beneficial for your long-term health. When I was 24, I broke my fast food habit. Now I'm 27 and breaking my junk food habit. Lost so much money from my fast food addiction and I only eat at home. Meal prepping, as been mentioned, saved me tons of money. I used to work as an independent contractor. 4 hours on call, 8 hours on shift, usually more like 9 to 11. In addition to the hours on call, I would literally eat anything around me and spent almost $15 to $20 a day alone on fast food / gas station food. Off topic, but if you worked specified hours and even had required on-call hours and had specific duties doled out to you, and this was to a company or person, and they claimed you as an independent contractor, they played you most likely for tax purposes. How could they have been playing him, I ask, because I recently became an independent contractor for a company. Thanks bro. If the company defines your working hours, how you do the work, and provides the equipment to do the work, it's highly unlikely you could legally be classified as an independent contractor. This is just one link, but there's a lot of other info out there. Misclassification is quite common, although less so than it used to be, and illegal on the part of the company because they avoid minimum wage laws, employment taxes, workers' compensation / health insurance / other benefit obligations, etc. Link. Eyes. Gov / businesses / small businesses, self-employed / behavioral control. Pack a lunch, pay off debt, and save like crazy. Floss. Get your eyes checked, and call your loved ones weekly. Also exercise. This one is definitely in the top 3. Exercise improves mood, reduces stress, fights depression, improves sleep, and helps maintain cardiovascular health on top of a myriad of other beneficial side effects, joint health, muscle health, etc. Your body is a use it or lose it tool that must remain honed. Many people don't work out because they dislike the discomfort of sweating and being out of breath, but the benefits massively outweigh that 1 hour of sweating / discomfort. Besides, it gets easier with time, and then your body craves it. Either you sweat and get out of breath for 30 minutes a day on a treadmill, or sweat and get out of breath doing everyday things 24 hours a day for the rest of your life. Thank you for that perspective. Exercise regularly, eat well, learn how to cook, start saving money for retirement now, enjoy the little things, be a good friend. Character / integrity can be defined by the actions you take when nobody is looking. Make sure your actions are honorable, all day / every day. How do I motivate myself to cook at home? I get a kick and decide I'm gonna turn my life around. Go out and buy groceries to make easy shit. And then the groceries just sit there until they go bad, and when I think about them, I feel like a dick and just go get more fast food. Fuck man. Since there's plenty of different types of grocery stores on my way home, I buy only the things I'm going to be using that day or the next. I don't buy too far ahead, because the same thing happens to me. I'll get invited somewhere, and next thing you know I skip a home meal and things go bad. It messes with my routine. So I just buy almost every day, little things. Yeep. Slow down on alcohol and junk food. Also drink more water. Watch your posture. Work out more. Learn a few things like language or how to wrench, etc. I'm nearing my 40s, and I wish I could go back in time with the knowledge I have right now. Would have made me a much more healthier and happier guy. Also, take time for your hobbies. When I started college I stopped playing piano / singing because I had more important things to worry about. Sat in front of the piano the other day for the first time in years and I couldn't do shit. I really regret not sticking with it, just for my own enjoyment. As someone who's just got back into playing music after a few years of this, I would say, although it feels frustrating, and maybe even shameful, for me it did anyway, it can come back to you surprisingly quickly if you let go of the mindset of trying to be able to play all the things you could before as well as you could then. There is so much joy to be gained from restarting. It's not gone, just dormant. Do yourself a favor and read Atomic Habits by James Clear. I would put this in one of my top 5 books. Edit. Quick summary for those wondering. James starts setting the stage by talking about how small habits done over a long period of time are really what set apart people that excel from average people. He then breaks down how to build good habits and how to break bad ones. To build a good habit, follow these laws. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. To break a bad habit, make it invisible, make it unattractive, make it difficult, make it unsatisfying. Probably the most powerful concept for me was his explanation of the concept of the 3 layers of habit change. It would take me too long to break it down here, but this concept explains why New Year's resolutions often fail, why we can't get rid of bad habits, and why I have failed to lose weight for so long. I'll do it later. Put it on the tomorrow list. Working tomorrow for a better today. I quit smoking at 22 and started a Roth IRA with very little $. 20 years later, I'm not rich, but could be much worse. One of the best things my parents did for me was have me open a Roth when I was like 19/20ish. I wasn't able to contribute, well, pretty much anything until last year. But it grew anyway, and now I should be able to maximum out my contribution for the foreseeable future and, barring societal, economic, or environmental collapse, should set me up for a pretty decent retirement. Reading Reddit comments frequently reminds me how great my parents are. Going along with this, don't be afraid to learn something new. I have always wished that I had learned the guitar. I'm now 29 and still haven't even picked up a guitar. If I had started when I was 20, it'd be 9 years in, and I might be halfway decent. But I always had that, well, I'm already 20. I should have started when I was 12. I can't start now because now I'm so far behind everyone else mentality. Well, I'm already 29. I should have started when I was 20. I can't start now because now I'm so far behind everyone else. But you know what? This year, I'm going to learn guitar, and in 10 years, when I'm pushing 40, maybe I'll be able to play the guitar halfway decent. Don't keep pushing things off. If you want to learn something, do it. Because before you know it, you will be old, wishing you had learned it. I picked up guitar at 35, and learned shitloads in 2 to 3 years with lessons. Never too late. Me too. I got myself one for my 35th birthday. Only 6 months in, but it's coming along nicely and goes to show it's never too late. As someone who's turning 29 and finally straightening out all the bad habits I accrued in my early 20s, I second this motion. For real. As someone who is 31 and just learned real budgeting this year, it's mind-blowing what a difference something so simple cold made to my life in my 20s. If you feel like your habits may be due to some kind of underlying disorder, like OCD or ADD, seek out professional help, not just counseling but medical help. Get blood tests for deficiencies and thyroid conditions. With proper treatment, sometimes the habits really break themselves. I have shit habits, like binge eating, because I'm a 28Y/O virgin who cannot get dates despite being a normal person. I think the reverse might be true, bud. You're a 28 years old virgin because you have shit habits. Work on yourself. Do laundry at least once a week. The more laundry you have, the more likely you are to tell yourself it can wait. I'm on the other side. I prefer to let it stack up, so I have to do it less often, and I have several full loads I can do. I feel like I'm wasting less because I don't have any half loads being done. I'm a minimalist that put a substantial amount of thought into my wardrobe. Very nice to do my laundry for the next week in 2 loads. This isn't normal. All my casual outfits can be done in 1 cycle. Floss your teeth. If you don't, your gums will recede like overnight when you hit 40, and then food will get trapped in the pockets, and it gets even worse, and the bacteria can get into your bloodstream, or you'll need gum replacement surgery. Seriously, every 6-month visit to the dentist was peachy until that one day, and it happened so fast. Floss, kids. Floss. Learn to like coffee without sugar. I'll second this one. Tea also. I kept halving my sugar every month until it was pretty much non-existent. Now tea/coffee with any sugar tastes intolerably sweet. I put a teaspoon of honey in my tea. It sweetens it up just right and it doesn't get all gritty at the bottom like sugar does. It's still a lot of carbohydrates. It might not feel like sugar but it pretty much is. 1 teaspoon of honey is 5g carbs and 20 calories total. I'll bet he can afford those macros. Huh, you know what? I've always told myself that I'll try cocaine when I'm in my 40s or 50s, but I've often been concerned about the heart issues. I guess I'll try that now. Thanks for the tip. Cocaine is the most overrated drug of all time. Oh good, it's not just me. Anxiety, non-stop talking, expensive as fuck, no sleep, no desire to eat, no thanks bruh. And it's not even fun. If you're going to do drugs, go for psychedelics. In moderation. Definitely overrated. I thought it'd give me superpowers and charisma like the guy in the movie Limitless. The way society talks it up. Nope. Just anxious oversharing of secrets. Lame as fuck. Take care of your back for the love of God. Don't risk injuries to it unnecessarily lifting heavy things at the gym, etc. Train your body to lift heavy things gradually. This way you'll be strong enough to lift heavy things when you need to. Best advice. I felt like I always had to push as hard as possible and my form suffered. Finally got a lower back injury deadlifting way too much and was out of the gym for months. Had to restart my progress from scratch. How did you go about restarting? I had an incident where I had a lower back pop on a workers' comp thing. They said it was fine. 1 year later my back was not fine and it hurt enough I progressively stopped the gym, also due to college at the time. I have now lost 20 pounds of muscle and literally have to restart after I get my back checked again. After about 8 years in the best shape I could imagine. If you are in your 20s, think about /r/lean fire. I don't plan to lean fire. If I fire, it'll be around 70, 80/years. But I agree with this. There are solid habits you can start in your 20s that posture you for fire success at all levels. Smoking in your 20s is okay. You're basically indestructible before you turn 30. Dumbest shit I've ever brought myself to actually believe. Mayo. Yeah, what is that about? I literally have this stupid reasoning too. Around 25 I started to get really bad anxiety and I was afraid to sleep in case I didn't wake up, and I somehow convinced myself that all my partying couldn't kill me because I was young. So FCKN stupid. You guys are able to afford to start life on your own in your 20s? Nope. We are just going into debt. I have a friend that picked up smoking when we were freshmen in college. She always said, I'm going to quit by my 25th birthday because I don't want to be a smoker as an adult. Just at the bars. I always said to her, you're not going to stop at 25. Long story short, she couldn't quit at 25. Quit smoking cigarettes. It's one of the hardest habits to break, but easier the earlier you quit. Wear sunscreen. If I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. I will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth, or never mind. You will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they have faded. But trust me, in 20 years you'll look back at photos of yourself and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. You are not as fat as you imagine, and worry about the future, or worry, but know that worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubblegum. The real troubles in your life are apt to be things that never crossed your worried mind, the kind that blindside you at 4 PM on some idle just do one thing every day that scares you. Don't be reckless with other people's hearts. Don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Don't waste your time on jealousy. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, it's only with yourself. Remember the compliments you receive, forget the insults. If you succeed in doing this, tell me how. Keep your old love letters. Throw away your old bank statement stretched and feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life. The most interesting people I know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't get plenty of calcium kind to your knees. You'll miss them when they're gonna. Maybe you'll marry. Maybe you want. Maybe you'll have children. Maybe you want. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. Whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much or berate yourself either. Your choices are half chance, so are everybody else's. Enjoy your body. Use it every way you can. Don't be afraid of it or what other people think of it. It's the greatest instrument you'll ever own. Even if you have nowhere to do it but in your own living room, read the directions. Even if you don't follow them, do not read beauty magazines. They will only make you feel ugly. Brother and sister to each other. We'll make it through. Someday our spirits will take you and guide you there. I know you've been hurting, but I've been waiting to be there for you, and I'll be there just helping you out whenever I can. Get to know your parents. You never know when they'll be gone for good. Nice to your siblings. They are your best link to your past, and they're people most likely to stick with you in the future. Understand that friends come and go, but for the precious few you should hold on. Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyle, because the older you get, the more you need the people you knew when you were young. Live in New York City once, but leave before it makes you hard. Live in Northern California once, but leave before it makes you soft. Travel. Accept certain unalienable truths. Prices will rise. Politicians will philander. You too will get old, and when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young prices were reasonable. Politicians were noble and children respected their elders. Respect your elders and expect anyone else to support you. Maybe you have a trust fund. Maybe you have a wealthy spouse, but you never know when either one might run out. Don't mess too much with your hair, or by the time you're 40, it will look 85. Be careful whose advice you buy, but be patient with those who supply it. This is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for more than it's worth. But trust me on the sunscreen. Here is a link to the original article in the Chicago Tribune, written by Mary Schmitz in 1997. Link: chicagotribune.com/column/Kai Schmitz sunscreen column. HTML link: chicagotribune.com/column/Kai Schmitz sunscreen column. HTML. It was later made into a song by Baz Luhrmann, which is what the YouTube link below is. I'm 26 and I recently started smoking with the exact same attitude. The cravings seem to never go away for me. I thought I could kick it with only minor problems, because I consider myself pretty disciplined. But smoking is a different beast than any other habit. Moved to dual and it's even harder to quit. I've been successful so many times, but all it takes is one moment of weakness to ruin all of your progress. I'm 20 and literally everyone I know basically vapes nicotine or smokes it. I'm fine with smoking weed with them every now and then, but nicotine is the one thing I won't go anywhere near because of this. Yep. In undergrad I smoked weed really regularly for years and I stopped craving it completely after quitting for 2 days. You're smart for staying away from the nic. Before I moved in with my girlfriend around a year and a half ago, I almost never cooked, because what single person cooks? Now I cook dinner 6 nights a week, and it made all the difference in my mental and physical health. It's hard to find the motivation when it's just for yourself, but try and make as many actual meals as often as you can. 1 protein, 1 fruit/vegetable, 1 starch. Heroin was a real hard one. I'm struggling with that right now. I feel so hopeless and helpless. Death is looking like a real easy and convenient way out. I'm not in control and alone and terrified. Nobody can help me. Hey man, I'm in withdrawals now from a 480mg oxy plus 1200mg DHC a day habit. All the NM sourced. The first few days were rough, and I can still barely move, but the time does pass. Not so long ago I was praying to skip 5 days and now I'm almost on that 5th day. Proud of you. Keep it up. I second that. Also up of mini thread. Being present and alive is always part of the answer. I lost my cousin to a heroin odd 5 years ago because he wasn't ready to face his addiction and grow past it. Please reach out to your family/loved ones and avoid the friends you do drugs with. DM me if you just want someone to talk to. Communication is key. Starting a daily meditation practice has been huge for me. Take care of your skin. Moisturize daily and wear sunscreen. Wrinkles sneak up on you overnight if you don't. Fuck all that and enjoy your life. Someone 2x your age. Right, someone else's version of a happy life might be hell incarnate for another. Personal philosophy, unless you have someone worth investing your time in. Drink/smoke/pig out on McDonald's and Taco Bell daily. Or don't. Do what makes you happy, not what someone else tells you will make you happy. We could drop dead tomorrow and all that stressing for the ideal physique, the ideal retirement account, etc. was all for nothing. Started heavy drinking at 19. This was probably where it all went wrong. Oh well, I'm dead soon anyway. I remember feeling like that. Started doing AA, and life is so much better. Help is available if you want to stop. I'm spending 6+ hours a day gaming since I was 10 years old. I'm not breaking that habit till the day I die. Commitment, a worthy quality. Make your bed after you get up. Tired, you will thank yourself when you get back from a long day of work/school/life. I employed that tactic to stop me from procrastinating. If I needed to do something, I'd think to myself something like, oh, future you/PM_me_y0er_boobs will thank you for this. And then whenever I actually needed that done, and it was already done, I'd think to myself, damn. Past you/PM_me_y0er_boobs is fucking awesome. It was stupid, but it worked for me. Now, I need to change my attitude. I literally sometimes think, problems for future you/Flowbrack. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.